found the big one that we'll fill with ephemera and the little one that we're going to put right here in the front that has the tabs in it. So let's go ahead and cut these guys out and get them ready. So I was telling my girlfriend, who is sharing parts of my vegetable garden for her, because long story short, she was behind schedule in getting her stuff done. Her mother was ill and she just didn't have time to really get her garden going. So I said, if you want to grow some vegetables, I have a few empty beds that you can use. So she's growing a few things. And her tomatoes look just as bad, if not worse than mine, because I got to at least fertilize mine a couple of weeks prior to her being able to fertilize hers. So mine, they got a little happier. But like I said, all the rain. Tomatoes are they're really sensitive to heat and water. I mean, they actually will act like they got a disease if they have inconsistent watering. I'm like, really? They have to be right on. I had my drip irrigation going same time every morning. But what happened is they'd get drip irrigation in the early morning and then they would get too much rain during the day. So I had to turn the drip irrigation off. I haven't had to put anything back on it. See, it's going to sit like this here. So that will sit right here. I'm going to go ahead and glue this one closed. Then we'll get the little package that it's going to sit in. And then we'll put our tabs in that here in a little bit. Where's my baby guy? I want to make sure it's not sticking to the envelope itself, but to the side. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to glue this. Hang on. Even though it might have been upside down, I can't tell because these words are right side up. All of them. So I'm going to get a cute little thingy for right there. Put this back over here. Okay, now I need to get an envelope to put these in, but I also need a piece of paper that I can punch out to glue those on. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I got to do both of them anyhow, so I might as well do those first. Okay. I'm going to glue these on here. Like so. To make it easier for me to cut them out. Okay. Because one I actually bagged up and put inside the other envelope. The other one I put on this one. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll cut this one out like so. And then this one out like this. And then I cut 4 more pieces. I'll show you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I build them. These two go like that. And that goes on top. And these two go like that. And that one goes on top. And the reason I do that is so the white side is always showing. Like this. Okay, and then this guy, because he's going on this envelope, I only do half of it. Don't you fall. I only do half, glue half, and put that half down here, Then I grab I flick that up, and I go like that, so it'll stay up. And let that glue while I'm working on this one. Let me go ahead and get the baggie for that. I'll be right back. And I have the baggie for that. So let me go ahead and stick a business card and all my tabs in here. I used to do 20 tabs, but I decided that, honestly, there's 24 pages, even though the front and back makes a lot more to write on, but there's 24 pages to turn to the halfway mark. And I can't see somebody putting a tab on every page, but if they choose to, they can create their own. And this has got to go in here now. See? And then I'll put this like that. Front is done. Now, let me go ahead and glue this one since we have the glue open and it's right here. Remember, the two white sides show, so this colorful side goes down. I put the white on top of that. Try to line them up. And then I put this on top of that. And line them up. And if too much white shows, I take my Tombow pen or my ink, and it just so happens I had my ink already out. And then I'll ink the edges. And this one goes inside along with that because I never do glue the envelopes. I leave the envelopes like they are. I let them decide if they want to glue it or not. All right, so this goes right here with the rest of the ephemera for now. Let's cut this guy out. Move this over here. We don't need this for right now. Close this up. Yeah, if you don't stay on top of closing your glue up, it dries quick. And then you have a little issue with trying to get the pin in it. Sometimes you bend the pin and then, oh no. If you start creating anything with paper and you need glue and you end up using art glitter glue, which is really a good glue, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, you might not be into making journals the way I am, but you might be into making your own journal. And if that's the case, there's a bunch of different glues out there that you can use. I've noticed that some people use Barely There, I think it's called. Some people use the wet glue that Tombow makes. I don't even remember the name of that one. But I have some of that too. It's just sitting in my little tray. I have yet to use it because so far I absolutely, totally, and emphatically love my art glitter glue, my Fabri-Tac, even though it stinks, and my Yoo-Hoo stick glue. Those are my three go-tos. I don't have a specific reason other than that's where I landed and I have been content with it. I hope that's a good enough reason. Okay. Now, this one is going to house all my ephemera. And I was told you're supposed to always fold in your sides first. Then you fold up the bottom. And there's usually a difference in like, it'll give you like a little line sort of, kind of. And then you fold down your top. Like so. It's really cute. I love the colors. But because this is a field note thingy, I'm going to go ahead and go like that. We need to put a bag of ephemera in it and then paper clip it. So let me get my baggie and I'm going to put some ephemera in it. I sat out there and watched TV with my husband last night and I cut out a bunch of ephemera. So I don't know. I think I'm going to put that. And Mama's busy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna give them these. These will be my ephemera pieces. I usually give about 6. I think I gave them 7. Yeah, Mama's busy. I'll give that butterfly too. Why not? And then I put this inside too. They'll know what that is because there's one on the other one. And I don't, like I said, I don't close this one. I don't glue it. And the reason I don't is because if they wanted to, they could use it as a writing source inside. You know, pin it to the thing, open it up, use it to write on, like that. And now let me get a little, got me a little paper clip. But anyhow, so I have everything in there where I want to go. And I'm going to, there. Okay, so now the only thing I have left to do is actually make some tags. Maybe put a pocket on the back and put some tags in it. Might just do that one. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put that there. He's pretty, but I'm gonna need some book page. And a lot of these, just because I have all this doesn't mean it has to go in this journal. All right, let me do this, guys. All right. And then we will put a couple of tags together. I usually put an envelope with 10 tabs. This book belongs to area. An envelope with about 6 pieces of ephemera and an envelope closure. And then I make either a pocket, a side tuck, and I put in 3 tags. Sometimes I'll do more than one pocket and I'll put in a tag in one and 2 in the other. The whole point of that is to show them what they can do with their ephemera, to show them how to build their own pockets, you know. And I think my little business card tucked in the pocket showing my YouTube channel might help. Yeah, they can come watch me and see how I'm doing and then learn to do that themselves. I promise you, everybody's got a piece of paper or some kind of a magazine or something to help strengthen their pocket. Okay, so now I have a back pocket. Okay, I have a back pocket. So now we need to put together, and I have these different already made up tags. Some are small, some are big. I think I'm going to do these 3 small guys. Okay, so now that being said, who's going to go in the back pocket? That one. Okay, so now I need to create another side tuck. We'll put it right here. I don't like that one. No, we won't put it right there. That one. I'll put that one right there. Okay, so let me put that on here. See? Cut it out. And this will be a side tuck, not a pocket. And that way we can put both of the tags behind it. They'll fit in there just fine. We'll cut these out. And then we'll make our tags. This is a blank journal. I've watched other people make blank journals. What they do usually is they do like I did. They fill a pocket, an envelope with a bunch of ephemera. And I'm going to do like a corner thing here. And then they make a bunch of side tucks, belly bands, and pockets. But they don't put any tags in them. They let the ephemera become, I guess, their little stash to make their own tags out of, you know? And I think that was a cute idea. But then I thought, I can't change it now. I have to keep doing what I've been doing because that's how I do it. Okay. There we go. So now I can make my tags. We'll do 3 tags. Boom, boom, boom. Put 1 in the front, 1 in the back and 2 in the front, or vice versa. I haven't decided yet. We'll figure that out when we come to it. But I'm going to need more than 1 of these because these are too big to go like that. And I can only get 1 on each page. So let's pull 2 more out. Okay, and now I'm going to need some backing. And I think we're going to use the yellow because we got extra yellow. Remember, we put it back in the drawer. Okay, move up. All right, let's get busy. I'm going to glue them all first, and then I'll cut them all out. I'll show you what I mean. Where's one? And then we'll lay them all on top of the yellow if they fit. And then we'll cut all of the yellows out. The reason I chose the yellow over the pink is because even though there's purple in this one and purple in this one, the coloring is more of a yellow color on all of them. I thought that was fitting. We're almost done with this journal, guys. When I'm done making these tags, I can wrap it up, call it done, then I'll have all 10 of my blanks done. And then I can start on my fields again. Okay, now. Okay, cut these guys out. And then we'll put them on the back of yellow. And cut the yellows out. When I'm done with this, I'm going to go get my suit on, throw on a summer dress. I'm going to get some breakfast in me, and I'm going to hit the ground running because I got some gardening to do. I will be more than likely harvesting lots of tomatoes and then pulling tomato plants. I'm going to have to do things differently next year. Apparently, the month of May, I noticed my tomatoes started going downhill in May. All the way through till April, they were doing really good. I did find one hornworm on one plant, and there was some inconsistent watering at first. Then we leveled that off. But the rainy season in June is what really destroyed them. So if I can get my tomatoes in the ground in the beginning of February, then they'll have all the time they need to grow, and then I can start pulling them, harvesting from them before the rainy season hits them hard. Nobody really taught me that. I had to learn that. I marked stuff down in my garden journal about all the different things that I've tried and what's working and what's not. Same with my potatoes. I need to get them in the ground more. I got some potatoes. I did. But they would have been a lot bigger and a lot more of them had I got them in the ground the 1st of January, not the 1st of February. Again, my timing was off, but I never knew that. I didn't know I was going off of the Florida's, what do you call it? Not environment. I forget what you call it. The Florida's guideline for growing vegetables. Agriculture. There we go. I was going off of the Florida's agriculture timeline. I mean, I had my tomatoes growing inside my potting shed, but I waited until closer to the date when we were supposedly not going to have any more frosts. We don't have that many frost dates here in Florida, but if I got them out there in the garden at the very beginning of January or even late January, I can always cover them if I am told that it's going to freeze. It would be fine. I think they like cooler weather, to be honest with you, because they seem to thrive. They were beautiful. And then the heat came in. My peppers are happy. So anyhow, I'm learning. I am learning. I can only do so much. I read all the books, but most of the people that are gardening are telling me what to put in my soil and all that. But their dates, their seasons, everything is different because they come from a different state. So I've been watching a bunch of Florida videos to help. Hopefully, I'll learn a few things. There's one lady from Florida. She said her tomato season ended long before June came around. I'm like, that's what I needed to do. Okay, I'm going to close my glue up. I don't want to add any more ephemera in their little envelope, but I might want to put a pretty flower or two on there. So let me pull the book over here. We're going to put this one here. I think we're going to put these two in the back. There's plenty of space. There really is. Oh, but you know what? I did decide I wanted to do though. I don't want to put twine or anything. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to put, I'm going to put this guy in it. Decorate him up a little bit that way. these two and go in here like this. Oh, I got to do my little corners. Okay. Put you in. I'm going to put you in. Then go back to the front where I put the other guy right here. Let's do this one. Corner, corner. And then we'll do this guy like this. Okay. That way it's decorative without me having to put a lot of ribbons and stuff. Because again, I don't know who's going to get this. I don't know if they're going to like it all frou-frou or not, you know. That was the whole point of the blank journal. They get to decide how they want to decorate it. Okay. When I make a journal and I fill it with pockets and tags, I decorate it the way I would want it. And then hopefully it appeals to somebody. Okay. I got flowers that I can add on the pages. Or I can save them and put them in my little thingy. But these came with this kit. All of these pieces of ephemera came with this kit. That's pretty. Bird, flowers. Can you see me? Yeah, you can see a little bit. A bunch of these I'm just going to stick in the drawer and use in a different journal. I might make this journal again, but using different ephemera. Making sure it's not sticking, and it's not. I think that's really pretty. And I think I'm going to put that right there. But what I'm going to do, trim the edges. And then we'll lay it down flat. Again, this is a blank one. But I get to decorate it if I choose to. So I choose to. I might put one more thing on a page and then call it done. I really like that. The beautiful colors. And I think it looks good on this page. I pulled it down some so we could see that word. Isn't that pretty? I mean, that's pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, so now, let's see what else. I kind of liked that one, but I think we'll put something pretty on a page. Ooh. Nope. I don't want to put too much on because I want them to be able to. Here, we can put you here. You're pretty. Or do I want you here? I like that. Fine, we'll put that one there. We'll put that one there. I'm just going to use a little bit of glue. Okay. There. That's pretty. I think we're going to call that done. I think we'll call that done. Oop, you aren't supposed to be glued to that page, though. Oops. I think that's it, guys. What do you think? Pretty? Hmm. Okay, I'm going to do this one, and then I'm calling it done for real, but I need to Tombow color. So I'm going to do some fussy coloring first, because there's a lot of white on here where I wasn't able to get close to the flower edge. And now I'll just glue. There. Okay. Where's the paper at? Okay. So there. So we got a little bit of color, and we have a lot of cute little surprises. So this one is officially done. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. I have to add the thing to the spine. I completely forgot that part. So let me remove all this and get us some fabric for the spine. I can't believe I forgot that part. These guys can go in here. All right, what am I going to put on it? Let me see. I think I want that one. That's the one I want. It goes with the book. It goes with that. There we go. That was fast. Now we could do this. Let it dry. And then I can for real wrap it up. Make sure this is the front. Okay, let it dry for a minute, and then I'll go back and do its thing. See, because these right here, these little pieces right here, I need to get these glued down. There. Now I know it's done. Yay! It was fun to build, and I appreciate y'all being with me while I did. I can't believe I forgot to do this part, though. That was not normal for me. Usually when I'm all done sewing the signature, the first thing I do is the spine. Okay. Because I don't need this anymore. Then, all right, Mama's almost done. Just wait 1 minute. My puppy. He's actually 3 years old, but I call him my puppy because he's a boxer, and he still thinks he's 8 weeks old. He needs his mommy. He'll grab his blankie and come sit on my lap often. And if you are interested at all, go to Finley Jack on YouTube. Look, guys, it's done. Okay, now, look how pretty. That turned out really nice. I'm going to let it sit here and dry. I'm going to let my puppy in. And then I'm going to say goodbye to you guys because that's the right thing to do. 10 blank journals done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a blessed day.